Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and today's video number 14, and we are going to focus on purchase orders in this video. First of all, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. Hit the bell icon and so you get notification whenever I upload any video. Thank you so much for your support. We have completed 1000 subscribers. That's huge for me. I never thought that I even crossed 200 subscribers, but you guys are very generous, kind enough to keep supporting this channel, and thank you for sending the messages and feedback. I really appreciate that. I know I'm coming back from a long break because I was unfortunately unwell, and I'm fine now with the grace of God, so I'll continue to make these videos. Okay, so purchase order, it's a very critical aspect of any inventory management system. Therefore, it requires a deep attention to create this kind of stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to perhaps divide these purchase order related videos into 3 videos. Now you must be thinking, oh, that must be a lot of work, and indeed it is a lot of work. We are going to cover a lot of things. So in today's video, I'll be doing VBA coding, half of the buttons in purchase order form, and then in next video we will complete the purchase order form, and then in the following video we will wrap up the purchase order topic. So please bear with me because I don't want to make hour-long video and end up, boring all of you guys. So it's not required. So I'll make short videos, but I'll make a constructive one so you can learn as well. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and open the PO form. So I already have created this form, right? PO form. It's a single form. It has couple of it is linked to PO table, purchase order table, and it has a couple of buttons such as save, approve, reject, place order. So we will do the VB coding until the place order. So, and then in next video we will do the VB coding behind in transit, received, and back order buttons. We will also do a little bit of work on these 4 fields. At the moment they are text boxes. We will convert these text boxes into the combo boxes, and we will link these combo boxes with the database to fetch the information. That would be the first step of this video. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll right click in here and we'll go to the design view, and the first text box I want to convert into a combo box is a catalog ID. So I'll right click here and we'll change to combo box. Okay, now it is changed to combo box. Now I'll go to the property sheet, we'll go to the data tab, and we'll go to the row source, and I'll click on ... What do we want to do? If you remember that at the start of this video I explained the structure. So there is a hierarchy when it comes to the products information. So first we have catalog. Under each catalog we have different products, and under each product we have different variants of those products, right? So the catalog could be the clothing, men's clothing, women clothing. That could be separate 2 catalogs. Then product could be shirts, trousers, separate 2 products. And then under shirts we will have different variants of those shirts, so different color combination, size. So that's why the hierarchy is required whenever it is we are working with the catalogs. Okay, so first thing first, we will fetch the information from catalog table and we will bring it in this particular combo box. And to do that, I'll go to the property sheet, data tab, row source, ... and I will choose catalogs table here. So first thing I will do the fetch, take the catalog ID and the catalog name. That I will take the status as well. Now I only want active catalogs to be appeared. I don't want inactive catalogs to be appeared on my user interface. And to do that, we will give the criteria under the status saying active. That means we only want to see active catalogs in our user interface. Okay, so we got the active catalog. At the moment there are 3 columns. In the first column the ID, second column the name of catalog, and third column is the status. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit of modification here. So column count 3, 0. First column is ID, we don't want to see, so therefore 0. Second column we want to see, therefore 1. Third column we don't want to see, therefore 0 as well. Okay, now likewise we will go ahead and we will fetch information from products table for this combo box. So data tab, first of all we will convert it into combo box. Then I will go to the data tab, dot. Let's bring in the product table. We will fetch the product ID. We will have product and we will have catalog ID. Now why do I need catalog? Remember, as I said, there is a hierarchy. So what do we mean by hierarchy? Let me give this criteria here. Okay, I will explain that first and then I will give you. So I want to see only the products that are related to whatever catalog is selected here. Okay, I will repeat. I want to see only the products that are related to the catalog selected in this combo box. To do that, we will have to provide a criteria in the query. Okay, and that's why I need the catalog ID field here, so I can give a criteria. Forms exclamation mark catalog. Okay, no, forms exclamation mark PO, that's the form name, and in that form there is a field called catalog ID. Trust me, it took me long time to learn this, to understand this, and now I'm a bit comfortable in making these things happen. But when I was learning, because I learned by my own, it took me a long time to understand this concept, even though it seems to be very easy, but for me it was difficult initially. So 3 columns again, we want to see the second column in our combo box. The rest 2 columns we don't want to see, therefore we will hide them. Form design, property sheet, format, column count 3. First column we don't want to see, so 0. Then we want to see the second column, and then third column we don't want to see. There we go. Now likewise we will have the information in a variant ID combo box depending on what product has been selected. So we want to see only the variants related to whatever product is selected here. So first let's convert this text field into combo box. Now that is done. Now other thing we want to do is, whenever a variant is selected, product variant is selected, we want these 4 text fields to be updated automatically with the relevant information as well. And so that's what we are going to achieve with this variant ID combo box. So pay attention if you are watching. Data row source dot. So first of all, I'll go to the variants table. I'll fetch the information such as variant ID. I'll get the item name. I'll get the SKU, UOM, purchase price, and lastly I'll get the catalog ID. Product ID, because it is linked with the product. So let's give the criteria like we did for the catalog. Forms, PO is the form, and we want to see the product ID. We want to fetch that. Okay, now what we need to remember is, now I know a lot of people has suggested me that when I'm working on queries or generally on VBA, please zoom it. So guys, I'm sorry, I don't have the screen recorder that can zoom at the moment, but I'm planning to buy a subscription for the screen recorder so I can zoom the areas where I wish to do so. So I'm sorry if you are unable to see. Let me click here. Let me change the font to, let's say, 24. That be okay. So this is the criteria I've given, okay, under this field, product ID. All right, now what information is stored in what column, that also we need to remember. So how many columns? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 6 columns. Item name is in field number 1, column number 1, SKU 2, UOM 3, purchase price 4. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go to the property sheet, format, 6 column in total, 0, first column we want to see, then rest 0. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we are not done yet. What I would like to do is basically, whenever a catalog is chosen, based on whatever value is chosen, this combo box should automatically be filtered with the relevant products that are related to the catalog. And likewise, whenever there is a change in the product ID field, I want the variant ID combo box to be updated immediately with the same with the relevant product variants. And so to do that, we will achieve it by using the VBA code. So I'll select first the catalog ID. We'll go to the after update event code builder. First I will take the error handling, and in here we will do the coding me dot product ID dot requery. Okay, same we will do here, and I will copy paste the me dot variant ID dot requery. All right, when it comes to variant ID, we will go to the after update event code builder, and in here now we will auto populate information in these 4 text boxes. So first I will do me dot item name dot value is equal to me dot variant ID dot column, and it resides in column number 1. So basically we are looking for the column number 1 in this particular, so I'll show you here. You can see column number 1 is variant ID, oh sorry, item name. Okay, column number 2 is SKU here. So we will go here, me dot SKU dot value is equal to me dot variant ID dot column number 2 is SKU. Me dot next field is UOM. Me dot UOM dot value is equal to me dot variant ID dot column number 3. Next field is unit price. Me dot unit price dot value is equal to me dot variant ID dot column number 4. That's it. So with this 4 line of codes, what happened is that this information will be fetched from the variant ID combo box, and it will be replicated in these text boxes automatically. So that's very important. Now the next combo box is supplier ID. So right click, change to combo box, and similarly we will go in the data tab, row source dot dot dot. We will get the supplier table, supplier ID, and supplier name. And also I want the active suppliers to be seen on the active suppliers. So I'll go to the format tab, column count 3, 0, 1, 0. That's it. So I know that took a long time because I had to explain each and everything. That's why it took a little bit longer. Okay, but rest assured, we have to make it in a way that it works. That's the idea. That's why it took a little bit longer, because I was explaining at the same time. Now next step is that we do the VBA coding behind save, approve, reject, and place order button, and then we will end our video. Okay, so first we will do the save coding behind save button. Coding behind save button mean we first create the purchase order, and as part of the creating the purchase order, we will see first of all what is the status of purchase order. In some cases the status could be order is already placed, order is in transit, order is received, it is back order. So in any of those situations, we don't want to make any updates in that existing purchase order. Okay, so if there is a status, if the status says order is placed, if the status says in transit, if status says received, if status says back order, then no update should be made in this form, in this record. But if the status is approved or rejected, you can still make changes in purchase order. That makes sense logically if we will think about it. So these are the logics we need to build. And to do that, we'll go back to the design view, save button, event tab, dot dot dot, and in here we will do the coding. So first logic I want to build is if me.status.value is not equal to approved, or me.status.value is not equal to rejected, then to cmd.beep message box, this action cannot be performed for the selected PO record. Okay, we be critical. I hope that you've understood the logic. But else if me.status.value is equal to, if it is either approved or me.status.value is equal to rejected, then you still can make changes. Okay, me.toCMD.beep message box, the updates to the PO has already been made. Okay, VB information. All right, if those two are false, then what next? Well, then simply we'll go ahead and check some of the fields. So first we'll check the type. Else if is null, me.type.value is equal to true, then do cmd.beep message box, please choose the PO type, the PO type from drop down. Okay, information me dot type dot set focus. Now I'll select this to save yours and my time, and then we'll select check for variant ID. Okay, me dot variant ID. Please choose the product variant to proceed further. All right, next we want order quantity to be filled in. Me dot order okay. Please provide the order quantity to proceed further. If all of that is false, then go ahead and save the record. So else me dot, so we need to fetch location ID, we need to auto populate created on, status and status date. So me dot location ID dot value is equal to forms main LBL location ID dot caption. So this we are taking from this main form. This is the location ID, LBL location ID dot caption. Then me dot created on dot value is equal to now. Me dot status dot value is equal to new PO. Okay. Then me dot status date dot value is equal to now. Now we are not done yet. All right. Why we are not done yet? Because we have to update our user activity table. Remember, every activity of the user has to be saved in one table where we can refer to it if in any case any log need to be checked. So this table has to be updated, and we will do that by using the record sets. So to use record set, we will create variable dim activity as record set. Set activity is equal to current db dot open a record set user activity. Now I'm not explaining it because I have already done in multiple videos. If you haven't watched the previous videos, please do so, because I have clearly explained how record set works. So that's why I'm going to speed up a little bit. I hope that you don't mind, but I will still be explaining it. Okay, so record set is basically the user activity table itself. So we want to update this table the same time the record is being created in PO table. Okay, so first thing first, we need to update which location is creating this record, and that's why activity dot add new record, that we will be doing. And then we will say activity exclamation mark location ID is equal to forms is equal to me dot location ID. All right, so basically from here, from this location ID, we are transferring the information, replicating the information in here. Okay, action type, so activity exclamation mark action type is equal to PO created. Okay, then activity exclamation mark ref doc. So what is the document which is being used? me.name. Reference doc number activity exclamation mark ref doc num is equal to me dot PO line ID. Description activity exclamation mark description is equal to user has created a new PO. That's what is happening, right? Actioned on activity exclamation mark actioned on now activity exclamation mark actioned by, so we'll fetch the name from the main table, from the main form, sorry, lbl name dot caption. All right, we are done with this, and then we'll say activity dot update. So update the table with whatever information we have recorded. Then you go ahead and save the record to cmd.beep message box. The purchase order has been created successfully. VB information, comma information, and then close it with endif. That is it with the creating new PO. All right, let's move on to the next button, which is approve. Now let's think of the logics for the approve button. So the first logic is, if this form is empty, throw an error that, hey, first select a record so we can approve it. Second logic is, if the status is already been marked as approved, then throw an error saying, hey, it is already approved, why do you want me to approve again? All right, that's the second logic. Third logic we want to build is that if the status is not new PO or rejected, then the action should not be performed. If you will think about it, for example, if order is placed, then why do we need to approve? If it is in transit already, approval is not required. Received already, approval is not required. Back order already, approval is not required. So either the status has to be rejected or it is a new PO, then only you can perform this action. Otherwise this action cannot be performed logically, if you will think about it. So let's go ahead and do that. Code builder. So let's copy the code block for error handling. On error, resume next. Okay, if is null, me.po line id.value is equal to true, then to cmd.beep message box, this action cannot be performed. Okay, information, simple. Else if me.status.value is equal to already approved, then to cmd.beep, oops, there is a problem here, message box, the PO has already been approved. Okay, information. Then else if me dot status dot value is not new PO or me dot status dot value is not rejected, then to cmd.beep message box, this action cannot be performed. Okay. All right. If all of this is false, then go ahead and save the PO with the status approved. Else me.status.value is equal to approved. Me.status date.value is equal to now. Now remember, we have to update our friend user activity table as well, and we will use what? You guessed it, activity as a record set. We will use record set. So set activity is equal to current db dot open record set, and the name of record set is user activity. Then we will say activity dot add new, and then the whole process, whole shebang will repeat again. Activity exclamation mark, location ID is equal to forms main LBL. Location ID is already there on the form. Activity exclamation mark, what is the next field? Action type. Action type is equal to what action is done? User has approved PO. That's what happened, right? Activity, then reference doc ref tuc is equal to me dot name activity exclamation mark ref tuc num, that would be PO line ID. Then we have description, activity exclamation mark description equal to user has approved the PO. Then what we have, activity exclamation mark actioned by actioned on is equal to now. Then we have activity exclamation mark actioned by is equal to forms main LBL name dot caption. I am in the zone right now, so pardon me if I'm not explaining at the same time. As I mentioned earlier, this record set, how to do it, I have explained it line by line, word by word in my previous videos, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos, I guess. So if you haven't watched those, please go ahead and watch, and then you will learn how to use a record set to create data into a database without opening any table or form or anything. All right, very useful function. After that, we will save the data. We will give a beep message box. The PO has been approved. That's it. VB information, title would be information, and if. Okay, done. Cool. Next button we have reject. Now in this case again we will have the same logics. If no record is selected through a message box, hey, select the record first. Secondly, if the status is not new PO, then through a message box, hey, this cannot be done. If the status is already rejected, then through a message box, hey, this is already rejected. So 3 logics we will build. Let's go ahead and do that. Code builder. Let's get the error handling. Okay, so if is null. Alright, what I'm going to do, guys, to save yours and my time, I'm going to copy this exact same thing we need. There's no difference at all. Well, little bit of there. Here the PO has already been rejected. Here we will have the status new PO. That's the only condition I can think of. Later on we can think of others. Okay, else me.status.value is equal to rejected. me.status_date.value is equal to now, and then I'm going to exactly copy the record set as well. I'm sorry if you think that I'm cheating. I'm not, because I have already explained this in very much detail. Okay, that remains same. User has rejected PO line ID. User has actually this should be PO rejected. Okay, rest remains same. The PO has been rejected. That is it. Okay, next, place order. Now to place order only one condition is required, and that is the status has to be approved. Then only order should be placed. If order is already placed, then again through a message box, hey, order is already placed. Otherwise, go ahead and place the order. Alright, let's go in error handling first. One error, resume next. Okay, so if is null, me dot, you know what, I'm going to copy it again. I apologize, because it's exactly the same code, only just a little bit of change we need. So first of all, we'll say this action cannot be performed. This is perfect. If it is already stock on order, that the PO has already, the order has already been placed. Okay, and if the PO is not approved, then this action cannot be performed. It's only when PO status is approved, then only order can be placed. Otherwise, I don't think of any situation If it is rejected, no order cannot be placed. If it is new order PO, order cannot be placed. So it has to be approved status, then only order can be placed. Then of course we will get the else condition. After else condition, the code block will exactly be the same. So in this case, the status will turn to SOO. SOO means stock on order. Okay. Order placed. User has placed the order. The order has successfully been placed. That's it. Okay, so we are done with coding until the place order. Trust me, it's a long process. So in next video I'm sure I'll be uploading it very soon. Next video we will do the VB coding for rest of the buttons, and then the following video we will wrap up the purchase order topic, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of attention to detail, because it's very important to get it right. Okay. Anyway, if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do that. Hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload any video. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you in the next one.